Hello and welcome back to another episode of Saving Scunthorpe, and we're back today for potentially our final two games of the season. And the reason it's potentially the final two games of the season is if we go and have a look at the league table, we are currently in 8th place. We are 1 point behind Bromley and 5 points behind Walsall, 6 points behind Walsall. So we could still get into the playoffs. Bromley have to play Walsall while we play Dagenham and Redbridge, who are already relegated. And then after that, we play Hartlepool, who are 11th, and Bromley will be playing Dorking, who are also relegated like Dagenham and Redbridge. So hopefully, Walsall can beat Bromley and we can nick a place in the playoffs. Alternatively, Walsall losing both their games and us turning the goal difference around, they've also got to play Barnet, who are 18th. So our best bet is probably Walsall beating Bromley and then us matching their results. And also, we need to hope Boreham Wood don't beat us on goal difference. We have fallen apart a bit since you were last with us. So we had a 1-0 win against Barrow, a 3-1 win against Flyde, but then we went off the rails. 1-0 loss to Aldershot, 2-1 loss to Solihull, 2-1 loss to Ebbsfleet, a 2-2 draw with York, who were top of the league at the time, a 2-0 loss to Gateshead, and then recently we had a 1-1 draw with Spennymoor and a 3-2 win against Yeovil, which has seen us drop down the league. Weirdly, the game that we drew in the middle of that run was against a team that are now champions, but we'll ignore that. Let's go and see if we can pick up a win. So in goal, we have Fitzsimmons. Geacock is still out with an injury. Pugh, Ebanks, Landell, Carnu and Horton make up the back four with Musa as a holding midfielder. Roberts, Evans, Cole and Lambert in front of them. And then Jarvis is up front as the sole striker. Pugh with a throw in here. Evans knocks it back to Ebanks, Landell and across to Carnu. He's going to bring it out of defence and to the left wing. He loses the ball and Hill with a chance to break for Dagenham and Redbridge gets past Carnu, who then puts a tackle in and Pugh collects it. Roberts on the ball now and we take control of the game. Carnu again on the ball. This time he goes back to Ebanks Landell and we're going to build out from the back. We've been trying a few different systems in the last few weeks. Maybe changing them a bit too much might have resulted in some of our recent losses, but I'm trying to get back into what I used to do. Evans with a shot. Oh my goodness. What a strike from Evans. What I was trying to say is I'm trying to get back into adapting to our opponents, but if you're going to score a goal like that, you don't need to. Ling with a throw in here, gets it to Lawless, and then he's going to bring it towards the Dagenham and Redbridge defence, and they go back to their goalkeeper. They are playing ridiculously offensive there. Defensive, sorry. That's not offensive at all. Cartwright with the chance though, Fitzsimmons with the save. Half time, we lead 1-0. We've had 8 shots to their 2. However, we are not hitting the target very much, so we're going to turn on work the ball into the box. And also we're going to bring Cole off for Morehouse because he's picked up an injury. Roberts with a free kick from deep sends it towards Jarvis. It was actually off a... No, it was Evans. He hasn't scored since making his debut. He's, to be fair, a midfielder. However, 2 goals in this game, and I was convinced it was a poor header from Passley, but somehow Evans has beat him to it and put us 2-0 up. Fitzsimmons with a goal kick, plays it short to Ebanks Lander and then out to Musa. Morehouse out to the right wing for Roberts, and then back inside to Musa. We exchange the ball quite nicely at that right-hand side of the pitch. Horton to Morehouse and then back to Carnu. Forward on to Morehouse. He's got men forward with him. Morehouse, to be fair to him, not played a lot for us this season, but given his potential, I think probably should have played more than he has. We've had quite a lot of midfielders though, and I haven't rotated a lot with them. Carnu playing an ambitious ball. Roberts is in behind, lays it across to Jarvis. It's 3-0. And elsewhere, Bromley are leading against Walsall, which is not the news that we want. And Dagenham and Redbridge nearly get one back. However, we are going to make a change now. Carnu's going to come off for Lang just because he's a bit tired. And we've also got Roberts who's tired, so we'll bring him off for Law. Another corner for Dagenham and Redbridge. Lawless sending it in. It's into the middle of the box. They've hit the bar and it's fallen to Hill, who again has a header, but we clear it away. Ling with a throw in for Dagenham and Redbridge. Ball comes in towards Hill at the far post. It's headed away by Horton, but only as far as Passley. He gets it back into the box. Ebanks Landell heads it away. Ling sending it in again. Horton heads away again, and this time it's to Cartwright. He brings it to the byline. Hill with the shot and Fitzsimmons with the save. Dagenham and Redbridge really throwing it all at us as we get later into this game. Apparently they're playing with more caution. I'm not convinced by that as they head the ball over the bar. Fitzsimmons plays the ball short to Lang, and then he's going to take his time at the back. Oh, what? He's giving it straight to Lawless, and they've got one back. Cartwright with a corner sends it in, and it's headed over the bar by Ransom. Cartwright with a corner again. This time it's headed away by Jarvis. Pugh's going to go and battle Yorworth for it. However, it's back to Cartwright. Cross comes to the far post. Horton heads it away. Jarvis isn't there to collect it. Eastman shoots from range. It clips the bar. So we see out a 3-1 win. That second half, things got a little bit out of hand, which I'm not a fan of. However, what happened elsewhere? Walsall turned it around and won against Bromley, which means we move into the playoff spots. So given the performance we had in the last game, we're going to go with the same lineup except for Gibbons coming in at right back for Pugh. Everyone else remains the same. We have got to be careful of Cole. We may need to bring him off at half-time or somewhere around there, particularly if we're leading, because if we're going into the playoffs, we definitely want him to be fit. Unfortunately, we are limited on some players. We are actually going to bring Kroll onto the bench so that we've got an extra option there. Early on, a Hartlepool corner kick. Wallace sending it in. It's headed away by Horton. However, it's back to Wallace. Chance for another cross. Lays it off to the edge. Story. Oh, that's unfortunate. They've had a shot. It's deflected straight to the feet of Harvey while Fitzsimmons lay on the floor. We've got a corner kick here. Cole sends it in. Jarvis at the far post gets us one back. We are level terms again. And that is a huge goal for us. Roberts with a corner towards Jarvis again. Gibbons brings it down. Cole hits the post. That would have been a fantastic 3-minute turnaround. Fitzsimmons with a goal kick. Plays it to Carnu. And he's going to send it out to the right wing for Roberts, who doesn't bring it down. He's beaten to it by Wallace. Ball comes into our box. Carnu heads it away, and Cole is bringing it away for us. Jarvis should have been a better pass there, but he collects the ball again. Plays it back inside to Musa, and then he finds Lambert. Switches play towards Evans, but it's a poor pass. And Manchin is on the ball here for Hartlepool. Cole again winning the ball back for us, though. Lambert inside to Musa. On to Evans. There was a ball through to Jarvis there. Lays it off to Lambert, who takes one of the worst touches I've ever seen. And, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If that's the goal that gets us in the playoffs, that is hilarious. So it's half time. We're 2-1 up. And as things stands, we are in the playoffs. Corner kick here. Cole going to send it in. He actually lays it short to Roberts, who then crosses it in towards Jarvis, who heads it onto the roof of the net. Whitley with a goal kick for Hartlepool. Forgot who we were playing. Jarvis won the header, but lays it straight back to Wallace, who goes over the top. Okay. For some reason, Gibbons decided he didn't want that. Story to Cook to Harvey. Equalises for Hartlepool. And now we're going to bring Jarvis off for Kroll, just because Jarvis is starting to look a bit tired. We're going to bring Morehouse on for Cole because he's absolutely knackered in midfield. We'll leave it there for now because Lang caused a bit of worry last game. Wallace with a throw in, and they have it at the back here. Wallace forward to King, and then Dodds going forward. Carnu misses the header. O'Meara in behind, finishes it. I say finishes it. We've got 20 minutes, but potentially finishes it. Gibbons on the ball at right back here, plays it across to Ebanks Landell. Horton collects it. Oh, he's been dispossessed really easily. Gets it back though. Morehouse to Kroll. He's going to go on a charge. Gets into the box. Lays it back to Musa, who sends it wide. And unfortunately, we lose our final game of the season. And we are not going to be in the playoffs this year. We finished 10th. I don't mind as having a season of consolidation, but it would have been nice to have got into the playoffs given the position we put ourselves in. And we will just quickly fly through our season review. So if we have a look at our new arrivals, Cole, they were very happy with. Kroll, they were very, very happy with. Musa, I mean, we've signed a lot of people. I'll just flick through them and we'll see if there's any one that stands out as being unusual for what they've been rated. I think most of them are pretty fair, to be honest. I can't really complain about any of them. Outgoings, we don't really care. Let's have a look at season results. So they want us to avoid relegation from the National League. We finished 10th, and the board are happy that we've achieved a top half finish in the National League. Obviously, we very easily could have ended up in the playoffs, but it wasn't to be. That was mainly due to our run of 6 games just before we came back. We were in a really good position up until then. FA Cup, they wanted to reach the FA Cup proper, which we did before going out to Stevenage in the replay. So that was a good performance, and then be competitive in the FA Trophy. Again, we did all right, went out on penalty. We won 2 penalty shootouts, lost the 3rd. If you keep going to penalty shootouts, it's going to happen eventually, isn't it? Biggest win was our 4-0 win against Altrincham way back in August, a 4-0 win at the start of the season. And then match to remember was our 4-1 win against Spennymoor. Goal of the season, you've just seen it. It was Evans against Dagenham Redbridge. And you can't argue it. It was a phenomenal goal. Most notable deal of, we've got 5 new sponsorships worth a total of £215,000, which is quite nice, going up from last season. Broadcast revenue up a bit. Corporate and hospitality up about 60,000, which is not bad at all. Competition prize money going down, but that's fair enough. And match day and commercial going up about 150,000, which again, that's not bad for us at all. Next, best 11. So G-Cock in goal. 28 games before he got his injury and ended up out in place of Fitzsimmons. Gibbons, Ebanks, Landell, Carnu and Horton. Butterfield, Roberts, Cole, Saravec and Law, and then Kroll up front. Our top goal scorer was Kroll with 15 goals, which isn't bad by any means, but we do need that to kick on if we're going to be going on to get promotion in the next season or so. Assists, Cole with 13 assists. He did really well in midfield. We were a completely different team when he was out injured. Sign of the season was also Cole. He has got a release clause, and I'm hoping it doesn't get activated, to be honest, because that would be quite bad for us. However, what's also quite bad for us is our wage budget is going down £8,000. And if we adjust our budget so that all our transfer budget is in our wage budget, it affects it by about £40 a week. So that's not ideal. We've got quite a few people leaving this season, and ideally, I'm gonna let most of them go, except for maybe Sarcevic, because he's done good for us. Morehouse we'd like to keep as well. And then Cole and Carnu will try and get on loan again next season. But we're going to try and sell a few people as well, even if it's not for a lot of money. I think we need to try and sort that wage budget out. And then, hopefully next season, we can build a team that can go on and get promoted out of interest. Going up, it's York and Gateshead. So the top 2 from the league. Coming down is Crawley and Oldham Athletic. So Crawley, a team that you'd expect to bounce back. Oldham again, you'd expect those 2 to definitely be up there. And hopefully we can be up there challenging for the league again. Just have a quick look at our past positions. You can see we were largely up and around the top of the league until this bad run of form. Then we climbed back up and we're in the playoffs. 5th place, you're pretty solidly in the playoffs, and then we've just tailed off at the end, unfortunately. Even when we went through that bad run, we managed to stay just in the playoffs until like the last few games before the end of the season. But yeah, we'll be back for next season. Not exactly sure when that video will be because I'm away with work for a month. So videos are going to be hit and miss very much so for the next month. I'm trying to get some recording done before I leave. But if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can achieve next season. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And thank you very much for watching.